Hello and welcome. This is the Takeoff live stream, and I'm Sabine Blanchflower. Today's live is about time. Everybody gets exactly the same amount of hours in a day, and it's really what you do with it that makes the difference between what your life looks like and what somebody else's life looks like. So, how are you feeling where you are today? And how do you feel about the idea of being in the same place in 6 to 8 months? Or in 2 to 3 years? Do you believe that if you would change something in your life, you could improve your conditions? How much time do you think you have left on planet Earth? Now, this hourglass is a great symbol for time. Nobody really knows how much sand there is in the upper half of the glass. We don't know this. All we have is the now, the moment where the sand is passing through the narrow bit. And most of us spend a lot of time with what has already gone into the lower half. Now, I don't want to scare you, but isn't it amazing how we treat our lives like it was a trial run? As long as you keep breathing, you will live. And if you breathe another 35 years, you will live another 35 years. The question is, if you knew that you could change the direction your life is taking by making a small shift in your mindset today, would you be willing to make that shift? For example, when you step out of your home to go somewhere, let's say to your workplace, and you have your habitual route to get there, you take a left, you know where, and then you take a right, and you go drive down your familiar path, and you get there every time. Now, what if you decided, if you are not happy with this destination, and what if you wanted to change that there? Might it not be enough to take a first right as you step out of your home instead of the usual left, and then follow step by step a new path intentionally to get to a destination of your choice? Now, every morning when you wake up, you just pick up your habitual train of thoughts. It's those thoughts that take you through the habitual emotions and that translate into your habitual behavior and actions. Yes, because every path starts with the first step every morning, and how you take your first step determines the next minute. It determines how you think the next hour, how you think the next day, how you build your next year. If it's always more or less the same with small variations, you can imagine that you're not going to go anywhere else, are you? But you could choose a different thought path in the morning. You have a reset button every morning and you can start fresh. For example, you could decide to spend a few minutes with your first coffee writing down 10 things that you're grateful for. Now, this would be the equivalent in the neurological pathways of your brain to take a right turn instead of your habitual left turn. And then, if you would, after you do that, bring your goal to mind and think about what it would feel like right now if you were already there, if you already had your healthy body, if you're already doing the thing you love, if you already have the partner that you are sharing your beautiful life with, if you are already the person that has time and money freedom. It's called daydreaming, and the brightest minds the world has known have done this. It sort of calls into your sight the frequency on which your goal is already a truth, a thing, because you have created the image of it. Now you could wrap up this dream in a veil of glimmering light, and you could lay it down in a place that I would do in my case, into the hands of God. And then the next step is the thought turning into action. The next step is you stepping out with the decision and the determination that this goal is worth the journey. And then you would find a mentor who could help you through your own doubts and fears who can grow your understanding of the process that takes you from where you are today to where you want to be one step at a time. And what, then you could ask, would get anyone to leave their comfort zone? Well, it would have to be a big, massive desire, wouldn't it? It would have to be a goal that seems out of reach but feels really right in your heart. I used to poo poo at the word goal, like, it's something fake, it's something false, it's non spiritual, it's materialistic. Do you resonate with that? But then, how spiritual, I asked myself, is it sitting around waiting for one day to pass, much like the last one? How spiritual is it to tiptoe through life, not allowing spirit to expand and express through you? And eventually, when you don't allow it to expand through you, when you don't step forward and decide to step out of your life of habitual bondage, you constrict yourself. You constrict this energy that actually wants to expand, and it makes you ill, it makes you sick, and we call that growing old. But it has nothing to do with age. I've been thinking about the definition of goals, and I recently reevaluated my dreams and desires and what is happening to me as I decide to go for it. Goals are so interesting. No two people have the same. And sure, everybody wants abundance, time and money, freedom, love, a great relationship that supports you and is really solidly built on trust. Everyone wants a passionate vocation, but these things express themselves uniquely for each person, whether it's a multi-million-dollar mansion or it's those $10 million that Jim Carrey wrote onto a blank check. He wrote himself a check when he was still sleeping in his car. He wrote himself a check for acting services rendered, and he was sleeping in his car. He didn't even have the money to sleep in a bed. So what happened is that his goal got manifested on the date that he had dated the check on the before that date, actually. But what did he do after he wrote that and put it in his wallet? He did everything in his power, everything he could think of to stretch and grow and learn and become the person who then one day got a job offer that paid him $10 million for the movie Dumb and Dumber. Now, whatever it is that gets you to step above and beyond your paradigm, to step out of your life of bondage, whatever it is that helps you to discover that you can absolutely reach the thing that only you dared to dream about in your insecure self. The best definition of a goal that I've heard is the thing that God or Spirit puts before you to get you to move from where you are, to grow, to stretch, to become more of who you are. And it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it gets you to move, as long as it's big enough to make you say, yes, I'm taking the decision, I'm going to take the risk, and it makes you walk to and through your fears, then you're allowing spirit to expand and express through you. And there is nothing that your non-physical self, your source energy, your own soul enjoys to do more with you than to live through you and with you in your adventures and your growing. And I believe, just as my fellow Procter Gallagher consultants and coaches do, that the more people can get a glimpse of what possibilities and potential lies in them and use their heart desire as a catalyst to move out of bondage into freedom, the more we will expand our lives and our hearts and our minds to make this world a better one. Because we will learn how to shift paradigms. We will learn how to achieve any goal we set ourselves by really centering ourselves in our true self, in the source energy inside of us. And that source energy, that is just liquid love. That will then allow you to make your life decisions and choices based on love as opposed to being based on fear. Okay, that's it for today, and I will speak to you again next week. On Thursday, I'm launching my study group to help you, if you join in, to discover the 6 keys that you already have, the 6 amazing tools that could help you improve your life. It could be a mind shift that then in the long run completely changes direction of your life and your future. I'll see you then again later. Bye.